everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Well, this is a smash book that I had made for my daughter. I had shown one earlier of my middle daughter that when she was going through esthetician school, but this one is a travel one. And 2 years ago, I took my youngest daughter to Italy for 10 days for a graduation gift. And this is the album. Now I want to show you, if you can see, it's not flat, it's very thick, and that's why I have this stretchy belly band. And I got this over in the section that has the planners. So I think it's supposed to go like this with the planners, but I'm using it as a belly band to help keep it closed. I also have a few things to kind of flip the pages, but I try not to make them so big, that it wouldn't interfere, she put them in the shelf. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this quickly. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't know all the collections that I used. I pulled together some sunny days, some here and there, some other random travel things that I had collected. I tried to keep it as non-dimensional as I could because I knew that there were going to be so many pages, and I ended up ripping out about 10 or 12 pages. For one thing, I didn't have enough photos, or I chose not to use as many photos to encapsulate, the gist of the trip. And the other, I just don't think that I would have felt good about having it like extra warped, extra thick. All right, so here we go. This is my intro page. My dream trip. This was in 2018 that we went. Now, sometimes I glued 2 pages together like this, and I just used my ATG gun for that. And I used some stickers. These were from a cutout, and this is a sticker. I try to use the colors on both sides of the pages to make it harmonious. And the same thing here. I think this is from Vicky Boutin. It is, it's a sticker. It's, I don't know what you call that. It's like an enamel. It's like feels like I can't even think. I know that this is from Cocoa Vanilla. It came in a little packet of all these words. So I know that's what that came from. I wanted to remember a couple of things. This fountain in particular in Rome was we just passed it all the time, and it ended up being one of the fountains that Bernini had sculpted, which was our last day in Rome. She chose to have a day where we would go and search for Bernini's sculptures all around town. Not knowing as many times as we passed this, that this was one of them. And I did use, this is a postcard. I did get some photos from the internet just because I wasn't able to get very good photos from it. This is also a postcard. There is no way anyone could have taken this picture if they've ever been to the Sistine Chapel. This was an area where they had, for one thing, let me tell you about the Sistine Chapel if you've never been before. This has been my experience. We went in June, which was not the best time to go. And then there's no talking. That's what they say. They keep saying no talking, no talking, no talking, or silence. I think that's what they're saying. And they want everyone to get right in the middle, right over here, right in the middle, and leave the outer perimeter empty. Oh my gosh, I'm so claustrophobic. I did not do well with that. And this postcard is much better, and you can't take pictures in there, so you might as well get a postcard. So I highly recommend to do that. I will never do this again, I can tell you that. We did throw the 3 coins in the fountain. So that, I don't know if you can even see that. It's a 3. Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. My elbow is still hurting. Then this is St. Peter's. This is also Bernini. I tried to mention if it's Bernini because this was her idea. If you've never been to Rome, they do have fountains that are pure water aqueduct, and this one is in St. Peter's Square. There's one over by Spanish Steps. They are all over town, and it's all free, delicious, cool water. So you just take a water bottle, and you'll have, this is over by the Spanish Steps, and so this water here is, I saw many people filling up their water bottles right here, and this is a little stepping spot to get over there to get the water. Anyway, this is the day. Took pictures of the day that we did go look for Bernini things, and then we went off to Florence, and she was having difficulty because she breaks out into a rash if she eats too much gluten. So the first place we found when we got to Florence was this pizzeria that had gluten-free pizza, and I think she ate here every day that we were in Florence. The colors on this page are a little bit different. They're not as bright as they had been, but that's okay because I felt like these 2 pages went well together. And then these 2 pages here, I did not cover up the pages that came in the smash book. A lot of them I did because I didn't feel like that they went. This is the smash book page, but then this is not. So that's the nice thing about a smash book. It, you know, all the pages are already in the binding, and that you can just put papers on top. When you do add extra papers, that is one of the things that makes it thicker. So it's a trade-off. You know, you have to decide what you want to do. And so just kind of go through all of you know, all the things that we did while we were in Florence. And I like doing things like this, like a little tab. And I love the Duomo in Florence. I absolutely love it. So I've never been up to the top. I hear that you can go up to the top, but I've never done that. Don't know if I will ever want to, but who knows. I just love it. Of course, when you go to Florence, you have to go see David. There's a lot of other places to see David, but the original one is at the Galleria dell'Accademia. Oh gosh, it is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And while we were in Florence, we took a couple of day trips, and one of them was here to Cinque Terre. These are 5 villages that are up on the coast, and I've been there several times. You know, the villages are beautifully colored. I can't tell you all the names of them, but I did write them down, like Manarola and Vernazza. This is Vernazza, I know, because it rained on us while we were there. And it's so funny. This look on her face is so funny. I have another one where she's not doing that, but yeah, it just kind of sprung on us. But, you know, I pack our rain gear because, you know, you just never know. This is Corniglia. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but this is the only village that is not right on the water. Yeah, so sometimes we had to go by car. So we did go by boat there as well. Now, another day trip we took, we went to Pisa, and the fun thing about this is we walked up the up the tower. You have to buy tickets in advance, which I wanted to do that. So, and it was kind of interesting going up there because it's definitely leaning. You can see the steps. That's what this is. It's hard to tell, but it's all glossy, and the steps are how they're worn and I don't know how to describe it, you know, because you're going from one side of the wall to the other because it's leaning, and it's 297 steps up there. Okay. Now, once again, this is the paper that comes in the smash book, and I just added to it. And I love this. This is from Pink Fresh. I love these words that came, you know, in that collection. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this color, this blue. It just, oh, I just love this. I went to the cathedral in Pisa. There's quite a bit of dimension here, but it's not too thick. Like, I didn't use any sequins, I don't think, in anything, which I think, or flare, those two add a lot of dimension. And then after we did Florence, we went over to Venice. We took a train, and it was, we were tired, and I was very tired, and I did not enjoy Venice, I think because I was so tired. But we did a lot while we were there. The first day we went over to Murano. Murano is like a little island, which that's all Venice is a bunch of little islands. Everything, you know, like our taxi was a boat. So you could walk, but oh my gosh, you just might as well take a boat because it was so much faster, even though it was rather expensive. Venice is very expensive. I found it to be more expensive than Rome and Florence. And these are all the things that we did while we were there. I decided, since we only had 2 days, we did a walking tour. We did a boat tour on the Grand Canal, and we did the gondola. And this is the thing that she was looking forward to the most, and the whole trip was the gondola ride. And so she got to sit up in the very front, and it was interesting. It was nice. Well, oops, I got a phone call there. So I think I already discussed this. Now, these, I wouldn't recommend doing the chipboard alpha, you know, just because it adds that dimension. All right, and then this is the last 2 pages, and this one is a little interactive. It says, "What in the world?" So I don't know if you can even tell what that is. That you had to kind of guess what you thought it was, and what they are is they're meringue cookies, and they're green. But when I looked at them, when I first saw them before I bought them, I couldn't figure out what they were, and they were all different colors too. So, and then this is the trip home. We flew into Atlanta before flying to Dallas, and then she still had to fly to Sacramento. So she had quite the adventure. And that is it. I'm going to send this to her. Her birthday is next month. And I'm showing this because she doesn't watch my videos. So I know she's not going to see it. She doesn't have a clue, I don't think, that I'm even making this. So she does know that I am getting her something for her birthday. I've already told her what I'm getting her. So this will definitely be a surprise. I just need to pack it up and send it to her. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Let me know if you like things like this. I do have a couple albums that I kind of put together. If you like to see them, just let me know, and I will gladly post, you know, if I can. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.